Bruins friends, you know what time it is. It is time to hug it out, because that is a 4-2 victory over the Chicago Blackhawks. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. This was an interesting game. This was one, this was an interesting game in that the Bruins played against like half their former team. Come on. You might as well call the Chicago Blackhawks the Chicago Bruins at this point. Freaking Tyler Bertuzzi, Taylor Hall, Riley Smith, Nick Foligno, Pat Maroon, Ryan Donato. Am I missing anybody? All former Bruins. And so yeah, that was definitely a fun thing. Just like, hey, remember me? Hilariously enough, the only person on the only player of those 6 to actually score a point tonight was Nick Foligno. That was it. Love you, Uncle Nick. Miss you every day. Wish you were here. Wish you were in this locker room again. And this game, the Bruins' second half of a back-to-back with travel. Well, but it's against a bottom feeder. The Chicago Blackhawks still not very good. Going back to the points that I made in the video a couple hours ago about the Detroit game. This is another game where the team that in question is under 500 and is not in the top half of their respective division. And the Bruins are playing against playing against the refuse of the league. We're not necessarily playing against the cream of the crop. We're playing against the bottom of the compost bin. And so it does stand to reason that the Bruins would win this game. But what was extra hilarious was Paul Bissonnette on intermission commentary just getting increasingly pissed off about the fact that Marchand is having a good night while it's on TNT. So with that in mind, we love pissing off Paul Bissonnette. The Bruins tonight, overall, they were pretty decent. And I could still have my problems with Pastrnak. I still do. He didn't have that bad of a night. He did set Marshy up for a wicked backhander that Peter Mrazek was way out of position for. And I will stand by my opinion that Peter Mrazek right now is a bottom 5 starting goalie in the league, and it's a testament to the failure of the Blackhawks organization to properly build around Connor Bedard, that they do not have a competent goalie. They just don't have a good goalie at all. Oh, Mrazek is their number 1 goalie, and he sucks. Next, we saw this a couple years ago when he was with Toronto. Oh, he is not good. He's terrible. Oh, moving on. And Geeky had a pair of really nice goals. We had two players on Hattie Watch, which if you had told me this was going to happen in 3 weeks ago, I would have smacked you in the face. I probably would have smacked you in the face and told you to wake up from your delusions that were back in 2019 to 2023. In any case, the Bruins played. They played enough to win. They played enough to win. Again, it's Chicago. Great on a curve. Zadorov took a meaningless penalty again. I am just Zadorov, Nikita. Come on. They don't give a Tiger Williams award for locking up the most penalty minutes in a season. You're not gonna get anything for constantly putting yourself in compromising positions that force you to take a penalty and go and force the Bruins shorthanded. That's just not a thing that is going to win you anything. It's not even smart penalties. It's not even smart penalty. It's like taking a 5-minute major to put somebody in their like taking a 5-minute fighting major to put someone in their place. No, most of the time it's just freaking 2-minute minors for the dumbest thing that you could that I'm pretty sure anybody in Pee-wee could have told you you're not supposed to do that. So the Bruins right now, they're okay. They are okay. I'm not going to sit here and deny the fact that the Bruins look better under Sacco. At least this season. They have looked better under Sacco this season than they did under Montgomery. But I will still be clamoring for more. I know you can call me a spoiled brat of a fan and that has never seen this team struggle before. And for what it's worth, you would probably be right. I wasn't around in the late 90s, early 2000s, and so I have not seen this team struggle very mightily. What I have seen, though, is a team that is largely unchanged from the roster the previous year go from one of the most explosive offenses the Bruins that this team has had in recent memory to one of the worst offenses that I've seen this team have ever. So again, take these wins with a pinch of salt. You're absolutely free to be excited over them. Make sure, I hate to say this, don't get your expectations too high for this team. Do not think that this is the momentum that they need to go on an insane run. Right now, this team is spiraling. I don't want to say spiraling. They've sort of eased out of spiraling and into just gliding at this point. They're still hitting the bottom. They're just but they're gliding. They're hitting it at a much slower pace than they would have if they just they opened the parachute. Firing Monty and elevating Sacco was opening the parachute. But a win is a win is a win. 2 points are 2 points are 2 points. If you choose to look at it that way, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I have no problems with that. And there's a little bit in me that wants to look at it like that. But I just can't. This team has too much talent to be pissing it away like this. Yes. And I know it's not it's not right to constantly admonish a team for even after they win in both halves of a back-to-back with travel. Well, but you do have to take results. You do have to take the whole season into account. And this team is just, they're meh. They're meh. And that's okay. And that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching both of these videos. I'll see you guys when the Bruins play next. Take care.